What's going on, my friend? Emiliano here. And if you're watching this video, it means that I know a little bit about you. And that is that you are a man committed to his purpose, that is working on his personal and professional goals, and that wants to improve his dating life. Whether it's because you're trying to find the one and have a fun, healthy relationship full of intimacy, love, respect, loyalty, excitement, and you want to introduce her to your family and share life experiences with, or because you're trying to thrive in your interactions with hot women and have fun and enjoy the abundance of quality girls chasing you. So in this video, we're gonna break down three essential things. Number one, how to become a more attractive man that women want to be with. Number two, where to meet women you actually like. And number three, how to actually take action. And before we get into it, you might be thinking, what makes me qualified to help men with dating and women? And that's a fair concern because there's a lot of bullshit advice out there and a bunch of coaches that don't have a real understanding of female psychology and social dynamics. But there are three things that separate me from the rest. Number one, my background. I was an introverted nerd that used to deal with anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder that made it impossible not only to flirt or to ask girls out on dates, but just the simple fact of talking to girls at all. I was friend zoned and rejected and ghosted by girls, so that took a toll on my self-esteem because my social skills were in the trash. So if I was able to overcome that situation, so can you. Number two, my attractive lifestyle mentoring system. As a former engineer graduate, I'm a very structured person. Therefore, I was able to break down into simple step-by-step processes everything that I've went through, everything that I've learned, so that men like you can easily understand, apply, and execute this. And number three, my clients' results. The effectiveness of my systems are backed by stacks of proof from my clients. For example, Mauricio, who is an engineer and went from having approach anxiety to setting multiple dates with hot girls. Or Mike, who is a real estate agent and mortgage broker that went from a dry streak to having women over at his place. Or Joseph, who found the love of his life after trying dating apps for so long with no real consistent results. And you can see countless examples more in the highlights of my Instagram profile, but without further ado, let's get into the actual training. First, let's talk about how to become a more attractive man, because just a very tiny percentage of men actually get to date their ideal type of woman. And it's not because they're 6 feet tall, and it's not because they're millionaires, and it's not because they won the genetic lottery. Although that gives you an advantage, but it's not why you think it does. See, the whole idea is to stand out, because you don't want women just to say things like, oh yeah, he's a nice guy that I met once. But you want them to actually crave you. You want women to see you as this forbidden fruit that they desire. You want women to see you as a potential romantic and sexual partner that they want to take home and marry the fuck out of. And although hitting the gym and working on your finances is very much important, real wealth, like millionaire status wealth, takes years, if not decades, to build. And you don't want to be loved by your money, because you would only be attracting gold diggers that would be using you. And looks can only take you so far without considering expensive or weird surgeries. And that's why the most effective way to stand out is to develop a relentless inner confidence, sharp communication and social skills, and an attractive and charismatic personality. And if you do that, you're years ahead of millionaires that can only hang out with gold diggers, or gym bros that are only relying on their looks but can't really get any girl. So the number one mistake that men make that leads to an unsuccessful and low quality dating life is social skills decay. Most guys think that if they get rich or they get jacked or they become high status, then women will magically fall onto their laps, but they fail to realize that dating is a skill. And like any other skill, as time passes by, you're either getting better at it or you're getting worse. So you must actively work on your dating skills if you ever expect to see results. I'm talking about being able to meet new women naturally, to flirt, to spark interest, attraction, and to build genuine connections and relationships. It's way better to choose from abundance than settling out of scarcity. And the best way to build that abundance is to be able to approach women anytime, anywhere, without hesitation or nervousness. And furthermore, to have the social and communication skills so she sees you as a potential romantic and sexual partner, so she chases you back instead of being indifferent about you. By mastering this, you will have absolute control on who you meet, who you date, who you attract, who you get into a relationship with instead of being constrained by your social circle or by a lame dating app algorithm that rates you and only shows you girls on your tier. Now, the obvious question that follows is, where do I meet women that I actually like? And the short answer is everywhere. But that's a bit big, so let's get into my favorite spots where I've met beautiful women that I've gone out on dates with. Number one is shopping malls. Malls means there's shops, and shops means there's women always. And if they're shopping, it means that they're not in a hurry. So it makes it super easy to transition from a conversation to an instant date where you can go for coffee right there and then, for example. Number two is at the gym. And I can already hear simps saying, oh, I go to the gym to work out, I don't go to pick up girls. And sure, the strategy is different because you don't want to gain a bad reputation, especially at a place that you frequent. But think about it. If you are into fit girls, into women that take care of themselves and prioritize their health, gyms are full of them. So if you're not taking advantage of those opportunities, then you're losing. Number three is grocery stores. Everyone has to buy their groceries at some point. Yes, even hot chicks. Women dream about meeting their next boyfriend at the grocery store. Hell, how many romantic comedies start that way? Just avoid the ones that have their carts full of diapers or whiskey bottles. Number four is social events. It could be weddings, it could be parties, it could be social gatherings in your city. And this work exceptionally well because people are already open to start conversations with strangers. So you just need to set the right tone, the right man to woman frame, and flirt correctly to spark attraction so that leads to a date instead of a platonic friendly relationship. Number five is bars. How many times have you locked eyes with a stunning woman at a bar? Maybe you thought she wanted you to go talk to her, but you never did because you put up excuses of, oh, maybe she has a boyfriend, or there's a lot of people watching, or what if she rejects me? Now, in this last part of the training, let's talk about how you should do it. Because if you're watching this video, it means that you're a busy guy that doesn't have a lot of time to waste because it's focused on his personal and professional goals, right? And that means that you don't want to approach 100 girls just to get rejected 100 times. So the first step is to actually reach her position. Yes, I know it sounds stupid, but most guys don't even do that. Then you have to start the conversation. Any opener will work since the goal here is to just get her attention and get the ball rolling. A simple hi followed by an observation you made about her works wonders. From there, the goal should be to get to know her, but make it in a way that doesn't seem like a boring exchange of information filled of questions. Make it fun, make it playful, dare to flirt, to challenge her, to tease her, to make it exciting for her and keep her on her toes. The mindset should be, you caught my eye and I like you so far, but I want to get to know you better to see if we're a good fit. Every time that you don't approach a woman or fail to spark chemistry or face a rejection, your subconscious mind doubles down on the idea that you're not good enough. So it becomes even more difficult the next time that you're trying to overcome those mental blocks, and it becomes even more difficult to have a successful interaction when you actually come across your dream woman. And let's be honest, time is not on our side either, because as time passes by, we have less energy and less testosterone. You are the youngest that you'll ever be. And if you have no quality options in dating and you want a girlfriend or a wife that you can build a legacy and a future with, this will come back to haunt you. I've seen men who put zero time and effort into this that they end up resentful, regretful, lonely. Maybe the obstacle that you're facing is anxiety to approach and start conversations with women. Maybe it's that you're not able to spark interest or emotions or attraction or a connection with the ones that you're talking to. Maybe it's not getting past the first date. And these are absolutely crucial to overcome because we can't be working on becoming a better man, but unless we actually talk to and flirt the right way with the women that we're actually attracted to, then our conversations are going to lead nowhere and we're never going to get those relationships we want. Now, if you want to escape that hell, achieve social freedom, and get the dating, love, and sex life that you want, tap in the link in the description below so you can apply for a strategy call with me where you will get a free customized plan for your dating situation.